Hey there, I'm MrLeftTurn and welcome to my favorite race shop. Well, here we are with another Maud Pie episode. I've enjoyed pretty much every one of her appearances on the show, though I understand some people have issues with Make New Friends But Keep Discord and Gift of the Maud Pie. Anyway, how does Rock Solid Friendship stack up against Maud's other episodes? Let's see what the jury has to say about it. Well, that can't be a very good sign. Yeah, first things first, we know how hyperactive Pinkie can be about making new friends, as we saw her with Cranky Doodle Donkey, but I just don't know here. I feel she was perhaps a little too overbearing, or at the very least on the verge of becoming too overbearing during Rock Solid Friendship. And it really sucks I have to say that because she's one of my favorite characters in the show. Her hyperactivity and ebullient attitude brings a smile to my face. Most of the time. Yet there were times in this episode where I thought the writers were overusing her. The first few times, like at Maud's graduation and up to where Starlight literally bumped into Maud, were fine in classic Pinkie Pie. But by the time she kept popping up everywhere and interrupting Maud and Starlight, it started to affect the pacing just a bit. We would get a really nice scene of Maud and Starlight going, and then Pinkie would butt in to drag the scene out. Then we get another scene of Maud and Starlight, and Pinkie butts in and the scene gets drug out again. It's fine if she checks in on Starlight and Maud's progress once in a while, but not every single time they're out doing something. Her worst offense in my opinion was when Maud and Starlight find that gorgeous area on the other side of the gem caves and Pinkie not only butts in, but she intentionally causes a cave-in just as an excuse for the two to bond. Look, I get it was supposed to be a joke, and that yes, we know they weren't going to be trapped forever. Starlight could have teleported them out, or Maud could have bulldozed her way out like she did to that giant rock in her inaugural episode, but having Pinkie do that intentionally is a bit far for me. Had she been waiting by the cave entrance to take a picture of them and she squealed at their progress and caused a cave-in by accident, then that would have been fine and would have made for a pretty good joke. I love Pinkie Pie. I love it when she can pop in from nowhere and give us some good humor, but there is such a thing as too much. Pinkie Pie should have been dialed down a bit once Maud and Starlight started to hang out together. Thankfully though, she did get called out on it and promised to let Maud bond with Starlight on her own. Now that we've gotten over the pink elephant in the room, the rest of the episode was amazing. Yes, Pinkie's self-inserts into the scenes of Maud and Starlight hanging out is really my only complaint about Rock Solid Friendship. I know it was completely out of left field, but I really loved the reveal of having Maud inadvertently assisting Starlight with overthrowing her village, and of course the joke of Starlight waiting for Maud to say something so she didn't have to say she forgot when she met her before. Or how Pinkie told Maud to never mention it to anyone else and Maud replies that Starlight hasn't enslaved any pony lately. But it also had me wondering, just who else has Maud bumped into while studying out in the field? If we get another episode with her, I'd like to hear another short tale of her meeting another character out in Equestria, perhaps Cheese Sandwich while he was out doing his travel party planning. And if Maud has run into another character, what else could she have accidentally influenced in the show, be it good or bad? Speaking of Starlight and Maud, I really have to thank the writers for this. Finding out that she really fancies kites and has built a rather passionate hobby around them was great development for Starlight's character. This is what I was hoping to see for her in Season 6, but better late than never I suppose. I also have to note that I liked how the two took turns doing what one of them liked to do. Maud accompanied Starlight to the market to get her errands done, then Starlight showed Maud how much she loved kites, which again was so great to see, and then Starlight accompanied Maud to the gem caves. I don't know why, but I liked how well they got along with each other, that they were willing to share in their hobbies. Although Maud's comment to Starlight about why she enjoys rocks so much kind of hit home with me, especially her line about how the rocks don't exclude her for being different. I was socially awkward myself as a kid, and I'm still a little bit today. And like how Maud focused on enjoying rocks because each one had a different story to tell, I focused on enjoying NASCAR for the different personalities each driver had, the dangerous racing at 200 miles per hour, the roar of the engines, and the awesome paint schemes. And I think the writers did a good job of portraying Maud as someone who can't express emotions very well, but just wants a friend or friends who gets her and doesn't force her to be someone she's not. And as a bonus, now that Maud is friends with Starlight, I'm hoping she'll run into Discord at the castle or some other venue where everyone is hanging out and we could get a reference to how she heckled him during Make New Friends But Keep Discord. But all this rock talk, specifically Maud's talk about how rocks react to different magical properties, evidenced by Starlight storing cutie marks and the rock that grew Twilight's castle in the Season 4 finale, really makes rocks of all things a little more concerning than just as means to start fires, act as a substitute hammer, or bash someone's face in.
Rocks take on different properties when interacting with magic. With the right stone, you could rule all of Equestria if you wanted to.
You wouldn't be talking about this particular stone, right? Let's just hope Chrysalis isn't someone Maud talks to about rocks and what potentials they hold. And of course, the comedy in this episode was also top-notch. Heck, it's an episode with Pinkie as the main character, so it better be. From Pinkie turning into her older sister on the train, Pinkie playing the harp in the gem cave, Derpy being hit with a pizza box only to go galloping after the free pizza, Starlight being blunt with Pinkie about the brunch, and Pinkie using a jack to pry open the eel's mouth in the gorge, I laughed quite a bit, even if a few of the jokes were caused by Pinkie butting in or even overstaying her welcome after the punchline was delivered. And though Maud cracked a good joke about literally rocking out, Starlight had the best line in the whole episode.
I feel like I don't want to talk about feelings?
That line is just gold. That's all I can say about it. So, rock solid friendship. What's my final opinion on it? Well, with a lot of things I loved about it, especially the excellent moral about finding friends who get you instead of changing who you are to be someone's friend, Pinkie's nonstop butting into Starlight and Maud's bonding, which in turn hurt the pacing of the episode a bit, got a little tiring after a while, including where she intentionally caused a cave-in in the gem caves. It does not kill the episode entirely, absolutely not. Everything else about the episode, like I said earlier, was on point and still made it enjoyable to watch. I just wish Pinkie was toned down a little bit, as in maybe spying on them in the background and causing havoc for background ponies or accidentally causing the cave-in, that would have been fine. But all in all, Rock Solid Friendship earns a 4th consecutive Green Flag episode for Season 7, and I love all of these slice of life stories we've been given so far. However, what did you think of Rock Solid Friendship? Post your rating in the comments below and thank you for watching. I'm MrLeftTurn, I'll see you when I get back from the track.